How's it going? Got me a little hour right now. hmm Hey, gotta throw some Bad Bunny on, cause you know we about to go in. We about to start reading. Can't nothing change. It's got to be spicy. All right. How y'all doing? Listen, we back at it. 6 a.m. Listen, we're gonna read a little bit for about an hour. We're just gonna go in. I got to get better at reading, and the only way to get better at something is to do it. If I don't do it, we won't get better at it, right? So let's do this. Me, show we're always close. Hip hop gelled us together, but it was that state. There was that street respect that first caused us to gravitate towards each other. Back when we were in the streets heavy, we ran with black crews. I ran with Latin crews, but we became brothers. And okay, I think I read this entire thing. Mind you, I'm just getting better at reading, so I'm still with the placements and stuff. But we're gonna find it. In 1991, Showbiz formed a group called Andre the Giant. Okay, I read this whole page. When Lord was making his first album, Show and Diamond D were among the first people he called for tracks. Finesse came across AG a little later in high school. They met battling in ciphers in the schoolyard. AG also was dating a girl who lived across the street from Finesse, so they would see each other all the time and eventually formed a friendship around their mutual respect for each other as MCs. AG, he's a smooth cat, light skin, curly hair, from the Patterson Projects. My good brother and Terror Squad, the mayor is from Patterson. I had a cousin who lived in Patterson, so I knew some of the history there. The street legend Guy Fisher, who was released in October 2020, lived in Patterson Projects. Irene Barkley, the boxer who took championship belts in 3 separate weight classes, is from there. I wonder if that's Saquon Barkley's uncle. Just wondering. From New York, he was a boxer. Might be. If anybody knows that, try to find out. It'll be Irene Barkley. I grew up around Saquon. I knew his brother. Really cool dude. Good friend of mine. Yeah, really cool dude. I love him. His name's Rashad. Saquon was little. So Saquon Barkley from the New York Giants. If anybody knows if this is his uncle, try to find that out. It's pretty cool. The boxer, he was a boxer. The boxer who took championship belt in 3 separate weight classes is from there. Former NBA player Rob Strickland was raised in Patterson. Sidebar: can you believe the Knicks had 2 hometown superstars in the making, Rod Strickland and Mark Jackson, and traded them both? In almost 35 years, the Knicks never could find a point guard as good as either one of them. Had to get that off my chest. One of the best benefits of writing a book. It's dope. Back to Patterson Projects. In the 80s and 90s, cats used to be out there in the middle of the street shooting dice for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not just hustlers, you have kingpins running dice games with NBA players and boxing games. They were out there all, and like a lot of places that birthed legendary hustlers and MCs. Patterson also had a huge 5% community who added their own poetic slang to the neighborhood. Why my music cut off? To the neighborhood. Hold on, let me finish this page first. Neighborhood vocab. AG. I don't know his whole life story, but when I met him, he was all about MCing. He got His first buzz from his guest spot on Finesse Funky Technician album. Finesse featured him on a song called Back to Back Rhyming. AG flambed his bars. I think that's flambeed his bars on there. Whenever I would see AG, I'd ask him, kick that rhyme for me. Oh, dope. Oh, my music cut off. We gotta put that back on. I don't know why that even happened. That ain't never happened before. So, what's going on, man? You know, I need to like my tunes when I'm getting my read on. Don't do that. Why you cut off like that? That's wild. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, let me put on. Oh, I like Bad Bunny, so I'm listening to Bad Bunny. Yeah. Wishing you beyond blessed. God did it for you. Blessings, brother. Blessings to you too. Pero pesero la canción. Que cantamos bien borracho. Que bailamos bien borracho. Lo besamos bien borracho. El otro. Que estamos dormido virado. Pero pusieron la canción. Que cantamos bien borracho. Que bailamos bien borracho. Lo besamos bien borracho. El otro. I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds good. Got a tongue twister to catch a tongue blister. He starts so deep. He incorporate nursing rhymes into his raps and made it sound like lyrical wizardy. AG was special ahead of his time, one of the most underrated MCs to ever live. In 1992, Showbiz and AG dropped a full-length album called Runaway Slave. Well, Diamond produced 2 songs on there, and Show produced the rest. Incredible, that was the first time Big L was featured on an official album. Pero pusieron la canción. Que cantamos bien borracho, que bailamos bien borracho, lo besamos bien borrachos los otros, que estamos de dormido virado. I don't know what he's saying. Hey, que lo pusieron la canción. I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds good though. Bad Bunny, man, I mess with Bad Bunny. Yo, you making just these melodies just be like. Anybody else like Bad Bunny? Lamont Coleman, known as Big L, was like my little brother. He was the baby of the DITC crew. Finesse discovered him too. In 1992, Finesse was doing an autograph signing at and meet and greet on 125th in Harlem for the second album Return. If anybody wants to know, reading the Book of Jose, Fat Joe's book. It's a pretty cool book. In Harlem for the second album Return of the Funky Man. He was at the record store not too far from where L grew up. L approached Finesse at the signing and asked to rhyme for him. Finesse gave him a shot. By the time Big L finished spitting, Finesse asked him for his number. Let me get them digits, man. He said, let me get them digits, mate. You know what I'm saying? L's first appearance on a song was Finesse. Yes, You May remix in 1992, which had everybody asking, yo, who the F is this kid? L's superpower was his crazily well-developed vocabulary and his enduring wit. The rhymes could be really humorous and clever, but always with a slew of very serious and bitten punchlines. He was cocky, but his lovable arrogance was part of what gave him this captivity presence. One night around this time, I went to a club uptown near Washington Heights where Finesse was headlining. That was the night he brought L out for the first time. L was on about 8 years old, fresh out of high school, but he performed like a seasoned vet. He did his. Yes, you made verse, and the crowd went bananas. I knew he was dumb nice. There was no question that he belonged in digging in the crates. Excuse me. L was an instant underground star, a wonderkind. This was a guy who went bar for bar with Jay-Z, who a lot of people say is the GOAT multiple times. Oh, ooh, 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 I like this song. I like this song right here. GOAT multiple times. L and Jay-Z first battled in the early 90s, rap right on 139th Street in Harlem. I wasn't there, but as legends has it, they rhymed to a draw. Then on February 23rd, 1995, L and Jigga rapped a classic, almost 10-minute long freestyle on the Stretch Armstrong and body, 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 body. Hey. Oh, oh, mm, 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 mm. Yo, Bad Bunny be coming up with. How do you come up with these hits like this? You can't even be mad listening to Bad Bunny. You just be angry out of nowhere. You be like, oh, Bad Bunny, you got me in a good mood today. Hey. I wish I knew what they were saying, though. I'm going to start learning how to read Spanish after I learn how to read English. Because I just wish I knew what they were saying. Can y'all hear this? All right, let's get back in. Then on February 23rd, 1955, L and Jigga rapped the classic 10 minutes on a Stretch Armstrong and Bob Beadle show. Their high respect for each other's skills had been the catalyst for them to forge a friendship as comrades in arms. About a month later, when L released his debut, Hove was featured on a track called The Graveyard. L was coronated. One of I don't know what that word is. Coronated. That gives me anxiety. One of the kings of underground rap, and a lot of rappers thought twice before getting on a track with him. Years down the line, Nas revealed in an interview with Funkmaster Flex that the thought of competing with, L scared me to death. This is Nas. Mount Rushmore of rap MCs. Nas, L. He had the wordplay, the delivery, the flow, the voice, and so much charisma. He had the work ethic. Big L was slaughtering everything. L came up battling kids in high school, Julia Richmond and Manhattan. Then he took it to the streets and then to demos and mixtapes. In 1993, while Finesse had him under his wing, L also formed a group of young Harlem rappers called Children of the Corn with Mace, Cameron, Herb McGruff, and Bloodshed. COC would break up, but the individual members spread out and left a mark. Mace became Puff Daddy's #1 hit maker after. What we got? Oh, hold on. I lost my spot. No, I won't change that one. That's my joint. I think that's my joint. Hold on. I want another one. Puff Daddy's #1 hit maker after the Notorious B.I.G. passed, selling millions of records. Ironically, Cam was discovered by Biggie and signed with his business partner Lance on Revious labels, and sometimes these are hard to read. Years later, Cam would align with Rockefeller Records, go platinum, and launch an all-time great crew called the Diamond. McGruff caught the attention of Andre Harrell and Heavy D and signed to Uptown Records in 1997. Sadly, Bloodshed died in a car accident that same year. Big L was the first to pop, though. He signed a deal with Columbia Fitness. Buck Wild and Showbiz produced all but one song on his. Let me see what else he got. One song. I like that song too, though. Need something to keep me in my flow, though. He signed a deal with Columbia Fitness. Buck Wild and Showbiz produced all but one song on his critical hurdle 1995 debut LP, Lifestyles of the Poor. Dangerous. The album didn't do blockbuster numbers in sales, but it really started to come that L was one of the best on the mic. He had fast-tracked himself to become a star. L was down with digging in the crates, but he was very ambitious and looking for a way to expand his brand. A year after his first album dropped, L left Columbia Records over creative differences and later started his own independent label. He called it Flamboyant Entertainment. Everybody in our crew was so oh. Oh, that's not. Oh, I wonder if y'all can hear this, yo. I'm turned. Yo, Bad Buddy be playing it. Everybody in the crew was so excited for him. This was the young kid we met when he was still a teenager. Now he was not just a celebrated MC, he was making moves with business. In 1998, he dropped a single that was going to be the one to change his life forever. Ebonics was clear, animated, and vivid. A hit that everyone loved from the first listen. L started hanging out with Damon Dash, who also from Harlem, and along with Biggs, Burks, and Jay-Z, was 1/3 of the leadership trio of Rockefeller Records. In early February 1983, Rockefeller was making moves to sign a new crew Big O had put together with Jay-Z, McGrath, and C-Town after Jay had dropped his third album, Hard Knock Life, in 1998. In 98, he wasn't just a new kid a rap. He was running the Billboard charts. L already had strong core underground fans base. There's no question in my mind that with L having that Rockefeller Def Jam structure and machine behind him, he would have gone platinum or multi-platinum. Unfortunately, the world only got a glimpse and inkling of how great L would have been. He died the day after Valentine's Day in '99. Big Pun would die the following year, almost to the day, but I'll get to that story later. I can't wait to hear that one. One strategy at a time. L was a casualty of war. It was a casualty of war, the same war we were all living through. Oh. We were all living through. As soldiers or civilians, it came for us all, even our genius artists. L was shot 9 times in the face. Wow. and chest during a drive-by in the hood. He grew up and he got caught up in some trouble that he didn't start. L's brother was a super duper real one on the streets. He was getting money and allegedly putting in that violent work out there. At the time, he was locked up in the feds fighting a murder case. And the rumor is that since the enemies couldn't get his brother while he was on the inside, they got L as retaliation. There's another rumor that L may have been the victim of mistaken identity because he was wearing his brother's chain. Either way, L didn't deserve that. He wasn't into the drug dealing aspect or violence of the streets. I remember L as a kid. He had so many jokes. Everybody loved being around him. For him to have been murdered in his neighborhood was a tremendous tragedy. Wow. My experience, of course, is that the most danger is found where you're from. Look at all the rappers that were killed not too far from where they grew up. Jam Master Jay got murdered in Queens. Nipsey also got murdered in front of his own store in his own neighborhood in LA. Too many more to name aside from my own experiences in the street. I learned that earlier on in the industry from watching Bone Thugs and Harmony. Me and Bone Thugs were on the same label relatively. They're innovative and charismatic rap and charismatic, yes, charismatic rap group from Cleveland. Really? I didn't know that. And we're selling 30 million records while I was just getting started. But I was lucky enough to open for them on tour. Every arena, city by city, sold out. 100 cars filled with girls chasing them to the hotel. Real Justin Bieber-ish. Bone Thugs weren't regular rappers. Nobody could measure up. Nothing was like Bone Thugs. Ooh, I used to love them when I was growing up as a kid. I was a little kid. They would rent the whole top floor of hotels and throw the biggest parties. It was crazy. But even as they got all that love all over the country, they kept telling me how much they were looking forward to performing in their hometown. Wow, we can't wait to go to Cleveland. I didn't know they were from Cleveland. 5 shows till Cleveland. Novia. What else we got? Let me see. What's this? Find me. Oh, hold on. Why I feel like I keep hearing the same songs? Yeah, I do. I got fun. Where's the rest of my songs at? Come on. I feel like it doesn't play. I play this album. I like this album too. Got like a half an hour to find a song that I really mess with. Because I remember I don't know most of these songs. I don't know Spanish. I just know them by like melodies. All right, let's go. Yeah, finally, Cleveland is tomorrow night. Finally, we got to Cleveland, and that was the first place where I saw hate. F them N-words. Them N-words ain't nobody. Some people in the front row heckled when their set started. This was west side of Cleveland. F.E. in the 99. I don't know. It's hard to read this. I don't even know. 1999, these N-words are solved. Throughout the whole tour, all they wanted to do was go home and say, we made it. We, as in the entire city, they had put Cleveland on the map for rap and wanted to celebrate at home. Instead, people gave them their eight butts to kiss. Same thing with Big M. if you listen to his verses, he goes heavy for his hood, cause 139 and Lennox is the danger zone. They killed him right on that block. I remember when they called me and told me L had been murdered. I was already in Manhattan at D&D Studios. I drove all the way up to Harlem. I got there fast enough that I actually saw L's body laid out on the pavement. Cameron came out too. It's an image that has haunted me. I remember L being in the streets, so happy, so vibrant in his neighborhood. There, then there he was lifeless on the concrete behind the supermarket on 193rd, 139th. There was so many rumors about why L was killed. People were scared to go to his funeral, but went, and so did the entire DITC crew. We paid our respect to his family, but their suffering wasn't over. L's brother got a miracle and won the case he was fighting against the feds, and man, then he went back to the block and he got killed immediately. Wow. He didn't even get to retaliate for L. First, the man who won the case got killed right on the same Lenox Avenue block he and L grew up on. In life and in death, life, L pushed me as much as anyone. The best rhyme I've ever written was because of L. I had just gone gold with my third album, Don Carnegie, and me and L were in D&D Studios. We were working on his song called The Enemy, which DJ Premier produced. L was talking so much ish like that little brother do, like that little brothers do. So much ish like little brothers do. Yo, I went to look in your eyes and let you know. Yo, I want to look in your eyes and let you know you went gold. But I'm gonna take all your fans, he said. I'm gonna take all your fans because I'm underground and I need some fans too. We laughed. I think Show was there too. L was saying wild-ish. I'm telling you, N-word, you better bring your A game. He carried on. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, that's my gym. No, don't stop that. I'm telling you, N-word, you better bring your A game. He carried on. I'm about to kill you on this. He was hyping me up. And that's when I came up with the best rhyme I ever wrote. I wrote it right there, looking him dead in the face. Hey, yo, enough. Federals tried to set me up, put me in handcuffs and crush what I lust into dust. Plus, they want a N-word soul, but they know Big Joey Crack will never rat a cat that he know. For sure, death before dishonor. I left the streets alone since Tone deceased. It almost killed his mama. So I'ma keep doing what I'm doing, pursuing my dream till there's enough cream to start my own union and show these kids how legit it is. Ish is real. I used to steal, but now I own several businesses. Ooh, better. Better. I'm real proud of that song. You know, I make music with all the MCs and it's always a friendly competition, but nobody explicitly threatens you to your face when you collaborate. Big L actually threatened me. I had no choice but to stand up. I welcomed the competition. L was something else, man. We always joke and gamble. He had beef on his block and he called me to come. You know me, I'm ready to come on out on the block and hurt everything on some we don't give a F. We ain't even from here. L would be like, no, don't do that, Joey, one-on-one. L would start fighting one-on-one in the middle of the street. L wasn't scared of nobody. He'd fight everybody one-on-one. And we'd come just to make sure nobody jumped in. If we suggested maybe we could settle things for him with violence, he'd be like, no, no, I can't do it. I grew up with these dudes. Yeah, he had a different type of loyalty. It's wild. It's wild. Oh, that's wild. This is Fat Joe's book, the Book of Jose. I appreciate people who are coming on and showing some love right now. What I'll do is I'll read some of the comments, so that'd be cool.